doing this. And they're talking about morals. They're talking about when Miss Singletary came to me asking for me to vote for merit to be chief of police. When I first got on the board, they invited me to their CPA meetings that they had at that church. And when I asked about Chief Hurley, well, then Assistant Chief Hurley, they just talked so bad that he was immoral, that he was no good. And then try to get me to vote for Pedro Gonzalez. So they're talking about moral, they're talking about corruption when they were doing this to me. I go, and then it seems like she's just after after all African minorities, because she sends Council Member Whitley that there are going to be people in our city who you cannot trust. Wanda Adams, Tartisha Hill, Alicia Miles, Yemi Salou, Johnny Adams, Helen Shelby, Kellen Hill, and of course me. And then she goes and starts talking about Miss Cluse. And I believed everything until I sat down and talked to Miss Cluse. She kept on coming to my house constantly. Well, I've got the proof. I've got the proof. Every time she went inside my house, couldn't prove anything. The last thing that I just said, you know what, get out of my house. When she couldn't prove me anything, she closed her laptop, and I can tell you then when she says, I'll get that nigger.
Okay,
we have to. Well, I'm sorry to say that word.
We have to refrain from such language.
Well, no,
and focus strictly on the appointment.
Well, they're
as
talking
it pertains to.
Councilman, understanding this is a very personal.
Well, I'm just saying they're out here trying to.
We have to move from the personal to the subject matter.
Let's please stick to the agenda item, which is to discuss an action on the appointment to the Civil Service Commission.
Okay, but they're talking about her morale. So, like that's saying, don't throw rocks if you live in a glass house.
Mayor Pro Tem Miles. And again, it has to be germane to